Rundown had, I want to make sure I bring this up because it's just again another testament, as to what we've been dealing with all season, with this previous regime, if you will. But even the offensive coordinator's dad came out and stated, hey, we got a guy in there that can't throw a high school pass, let alone college or NFL. We're talking
Man.
about Jimmy G here. Jimmy G could
Yeah.
not throw the ball past 30 yards. I'm trying to tell y'all. It just didn't have he just didn't have the capabilities to do
I
this.
mean, bro, he
So
couldn't throw a slant in a tight window, man. He got
no.
the jello arm,
So
Nah.
for
you know?
anybody trying to say that they wanted Jimmy G in the game, you're absolutely right. We need them to be unfriended and they no longer need to cheer for the Raiders because
Kick rock.
You don't know
those
football
are the
if that's what
fans
you're
we
saying,
want.
bro.
Exactly.
You don't know ball if that's what you're
If you
saying.
can't
But
understand that Jimmy G couldn't throw a high school pass, let alone college, and you're
Right.
talking about him being in the game, I'm sorry. It's time for you
I'm
to
not
turn in your
saying
card.
I'm not saying Aiden O'Connell is the second coming of Brady or whatever, or
Right.
bro. But I'm
Right.
saying if I would argue to you, if he played in that Detroit game, we win that motherfucking game. If he
For sure.
plays in
For sure.
the Steelers game, we probably win that game.
Yep.
If he would have played in that, well, I mean, he almost won. I'm telling you, we won
The
that
Bears,
Chargers game. We won that Chargers game. But what did McDaniels do? Pete careless on the goal
he
line.
don't run the ball. Exactly. We
Pete
the
careless.
Bears game, like that's at least 4 games, bro, that you're talking about. Like if he at least plays to this point, and this is what I had a conversation with somebody, they're like, oh, but he's not CJ Stroud. Again, you don't know ball. CJ Stroud has played for how many consecutive fucking weeks at this point?
Exactly.
He started from week 1. So
Correct.
obviously he's further along in his development than
Yep.
Aiden O'Connell is at this point, bro. That was his 3rd game.
His
So
third
now
game, bro.
let's
And
give
not
it
only
to
that,
it
it's his
until we
third
see.
game halfway through the season. Everybody is chomping at the bit. Everybody's fired up. 95% of these teams are firing on all cylinders. They're giving you their best show right now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's he's coming out under fire. You know?
And you're all hitting this on the head because the reality is, look at what's been holding him back.
Salute, Sam. It was good.
Right?
Yep.
What's been holding him back? The regime that is no longer around has been holding him. They've been holding the entire team back. If it isn't obvious that we could have been doing way more things across the board, offense, defense, and special teams, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you've been watching because I've never seen a night and day team like this ever in my lifetime. I'm just telling y'all right now.
Exactly.
I don't know about
Exactly.
anybody else, but I have never
Yep.
ever seen a night and day time. Even when it came to Gruden and Bisaccia, it was not
Yes.
like this. It was not like this.
It's crazy. The execution is better, but you can tell it's player driven. You can tell they have
Yes.
an input on
Boom.
what they want to run, like especially with Jacobs, Jacobs,
Yeah.
because now they're doing a whole bunch of zone runs, which they should have been doing from the jump. They
Yeah.
had him doing power shit. He wasn't looking good in the power shit. Now,
Right.
bro, here we go. With the zone runs, we finally see the Josh Jacobs we want to see.
Yep. And
Exactly.
you hit a big point, and I'm telling you, it's one of the biggest points that makes me comfortable. I don't know if you guys have heard the first part of my monologue here, but there's a reason that I'm real comfortable right now, and everybody in Raiderland should be real comfortable, and it's the accountability factor. It's exactly what Rundown just stated. It is player driven. So guess what happens when players don't perform? They get on each other. There's no reason to think that, oh, we need somebody to oh no, there will be none of this. We need any of that because guess what? Bro, you are the one causing us the problem, not the coaches, not your brothers around you. It's you as the player. So
we gonna get on you.
exactly. The team will take care of itself. The coach won't even have to worry about having uncomfortable conversations because the team will handle that. The player should understand I'm not like these other guys, so I can't have the cigar, during the celebration because I need to stay on my A game. The players will hold themselves accountable, and if not, guess what? They won't be there. So, I mean, it's a big point, and it's a big part of Raider Nation that is finally starting to be turned around based on our culture and not anything.
Yeah, it's getting built right now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. This is the culture change that we've needed since 2003 for 20 years now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Even Gruden didn't have this. Let's just keep it 100.
Nah.
Let's keep it a
No.
buck. I mean, I love Gruden,
no.
but he didn't have the connection. He didn't have this energy. He didn't bring this.
Well, I
this
mean,
type
with
of-
his first stint, remember with his first stint, John Gruden back then was being talked about like the second coming of John Madden. You know what I mean? He had a completely different persona and kind of vibe that was with him. You know, everybody believed in John Gruden 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they talk about, you know, him going to Tampa Bay and whose team that really was, you know what I mean? And it's like, but the bottom line is that he was looked at in a different light back then, I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as far as from a player aspect, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, man, we had OG veterans on the squad back then. Cats that was like, yo, we know what need to be done out here. Let's get out here and get this done. You know what I mean? And that's what they were doing. You know, we didn't really even need a coach back then because we had cats. We had, you know, an experienced quarterback that knew where he knew his strengths. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know, and I feel like that was one of Gruden's strong points. You know, and I think it kind of showed a little bit his last stint where he let Carr kind of be the quarterback and make plays and make calls. Is that, you know, he put the calls and the control in his players' hands. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, you can't micromanage somebody who's been doing something. If you've been welding pipes for 20 years and I come in as your new boss, do I need to stand over you and tell you to put your welding glasses on? You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I'm telling you, hey, keep up production and let me know if you need anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you know, it's
let the people do what you hired them to do. Right?
exactly.
Don't overcoat. No, absolutely. I really also love the fact that Mayor kind of showed up, you know.
Yes, sir.
As he always does, moving forward now, if you will, as he gets better, in my opinion, because he is, you know, we got to give credit where credit is due. I feel like he's starting to get it. He's starting to pick up. He's starting to see, you know, what needs to be seen.
He just needs snaps. It's a faster game that he's playing.
That's really what it is, man. Just keep giving them reps. I mean, in this week, it should be a little more open this week. You know, this defense that we about to play ain't like the last one. So
exactly.
You know, there'll be better opportunities. You know, now I will say that Miami got. I don't know. Miami
actually, there should be a lot of opportunity for him this week.
I think Miami got a better overall secondary than the Jets, though. You know, but they cheat though. At the end of the day, they're gonna cheat, and they playing one-on-one coverage against Devontae and all that. We're gonna get some opportunities over there. So yeah, I think it can be a good week.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, fellas, we got none other than Afakasi Raider in the building.
Gang, DRS, what's cracking?
What's good?
You, sir. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, my guy. I know it's really weird hours for you right now, so we appreciate you for joining and giving us that Raider talk.
Rundown, Ultimate, good to see you. Who is that in the bottom left? Sorry.
Stop Raider hating, baby.
Stop Raider hating. So,
hey, what's going on?
What's good?
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you, man.
SRH.
So, hey, man, we were just talking about the offense, man, and you know what we thought, you know what our thoughts were as far as the game and so forth. So enlighten us, man. What were your biggest takeaways as far as offensively when it comes to the Jets?
Well, it's nice to see that our run game has definitely taken a step up in the last couple of weeks. And salute to my guy Aunt Six. He brought it to my attention that like before when the coaching regime change went down before the last game, Antonio Pierce approached Josh Jacobs, who had been struggling up until that point. It's no secret. And asked him like, what run plays do you like? Like, what do you like to run? And sure enough, he picked out a whole bunch of them, and that's the run plays that they ran. They decided to run the last couple of weeks, and lo and behold, it seems to be working. So who knew, right? Asking your star running back and what he likes to run would actually work. But no, not
Go
Mr.
figure.
McDaniels. He just wants to. It's his way or the highway, right?
Right.
Yep.
So that was my biggest take. Is it's good to see Josh Jacobs finding his mojo again. And I mean, Aiden O'Connell. I mean, he's doing enough to get the job done as it stands. I mean, 2 from 2. I'm not going to complain. You know what I mean? So there's some positive signs there. And yeah, look, I just want everything just to keep trending upwards. You know, 1 week at a time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I'd stated about
Salute, man. Salute.
things moving forward and kind of that monkey off our backs when it comes to is the team going to play well? Because the reality is, as AP has stated, it's a team-driven team now. It's run by the players. It's a player-driven team. So we don't have to worry about coaches or anyone getting on each other. They're going to get on each other, right? Because they understand now that we are the ones that are giving our input, participating, being the ones that people are leaning on in order to get things right. So we have to be right. And I think it's going to be very refreshing because you are absolutely going to always see a good game, even when we lose. And let's not make any mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. It's great right now, but we absolutely are going to lose another game at some point. There's just no point. So yeah, I just want to make sure that the expectations, you know what I'm saying, are there. And
I'll put it like this. I mean, I think, what do we got? We got Miami this week, and then we got what, KC, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, KC's not playing good football. You know what I mean?
We're gonna see how they look against Philadelphia this week.
Listen, I already know what's gonna happen. Philly about to shellac them. They can't keep up. They're not playing good football, man. You know what I mean? They're not getting it done offensively. The defense is keeping them in games. You know, but I think the team to be worried about is the Donkeys, man.
That's actually
They are playing better.
Because they're doing the same. They're finding ways to win.
Yes.
You know, and granted, that game last night, you know, that was they got gift wrapped that pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
But at the end of the day, it goes down as a dub. You know what I'm saying? And they put themselves in a predicament and in a situation where, you know, that one play counted. They didn't get blown out. You know, they're playing different football.
I said this was a 9-win
take after
team.
you run down.
Oh yeah, but I said this was a 9-win team from the jump, and I'm gonna stick with it. This is a 9-win team. But there is an opportunity now, seeing how the AFC is in the last game. There's a chance to get a 10. And I low-key think this might be the week where we win a game we're not supposed to win. Because we gotta do some things Miami don't like. You know, we gotta do some things that don't match up well for Miami. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think
if pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely going to talk about that. We are absolutely going to talk about that one for sure. Let's dive in though before we get into this next week's game. Real quick, let's touch upon our defense. What do you guys think? You know, as far as how we played defensively, you know, was there anything positive or negative, something that jumped out at you? Let's start with Afakasi on this one.
Just real quick, just in regards to the last conversation we were having, I just want to put this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
To me, it's 1 week at a time. Miami's going to be a very tough game, and also it's a Chiefs division until somebody takes it from them. And I'm hoping it's us. And I for one, am not taking them lightly. You know what I mean? Like, look at our recent history. We have won one game in the last 4 or 5 years against the Chiefs. They've made us look like their bitch. Yep. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
It's been embarrassing more often than not. And I'm
That's
sick
what
and
I'm saying.
tired. You know what I mean? And I want that to change. So until I see it,
I'm more confident this week than the week after this.
Yes,
I'm more
right.
confident.
It's looking good, but like I'm not taking it for granted as a given dub. No fucking way. With our recent history,
No, hell no.
So just putting it out there.
Absolutely not. They've definitely owned us for, like I said, probably what
3 years.
7 out of the last 8 matchups for sure.
Yeah,
we won one game in 2020. One game.
I mean, I think DC's only beat them twice in 9 years, right?
Yeah, but we'll see. That's what I'm saying. We start over now, motherfucker. We got a different quarterback. We got to start over. The clock starts.
Right.
With DC,
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But he was at the helm. Prior to coming into this season. You know what I mean? So I'm just going off of his stats. But yeah, no, most definitely. You're absolutely right, man. 1 week at a time. And this week we got no pun intended, we got a big fish,
Yes,
and but like I said, man, I like the matchup. And I think our defense has been playing strong for us. I think if they can get pressure on the ball, and if we can keep them under 100 yards somehow rushing, I think that makes this a lot more manageable and a lot more achievable goal of taking out this team, because they get yards in chunks in lump sums. What Achinye, whatever his name is, I don't even I don't know. But that dude, man, he's trouble. He's trouble, and he's looking. I think he's gonna be healthy this week, and Mostert. He's a big play guy. I've had him in fantasy, man, and he's been holding it down. I'll be sitting him this week, but he's been holding it down, man. So,
just real quickly, you asked me the question about the defense. Sorry,
yeah, absolutely. No, that's the question you're on.
Defensively, like it's been probably the bright spot like this year. It's definitely exceeded my expectation up until now. I will say though, like, the last 2 weeks has been fantastic. No complaints from me. They've done their job. It's going to be a point of interest to see how this defense does, being that this is their first real test since they've been reborn again, so to say. You know what I mean? Since the team's rebirth, since the firing of McDaniels and being under Antonio Pierce, it seems like a new and improved, revamped team with a new energy and, playing the Raider way rather than this Patriot way or whatever, But that's history. I just want to see how they can turn out the defensively, being that this is their first crack at like a high-powered offense since the whole regime change went down. So can they sustain the same energy that they've been playing with for the last couple of weeks? I hope so. Can they do enough to shut down that high-powered offense? Hopefully so. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So I just want to see us get it done offensively, you know what I mean? So it's not just the defense trying to do everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully we can run the ball, and Devontae and Cole can make some plays, and Aiden O'Connell can keep doing what he's doing enough just to get the job done.
Right. Nope, that makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get on my soapbox like I do every once in a blue moon. But I think this point is very pertinent. It's very important. Our defense has learned something already, in my opinion. They've learned how to not break, right? They've learned how to bend but not break. And that is huge as a defense, because when you need it, when you absolutely have to have it, you are already prepared, you're trained, and you're accustomed to doing it, meaning that we don't break. We may bend, but we don't break. I think that's the biggest thing that we've learned up to date, specifically against this game, against the Jets. I get it. I understand.
Right.
We were
I
not
agree.
playing a great. We were not playing a great offensive quarterback. I understand. I get it. But again, there are levels to this. There are stages you take. And the bottom line is we absolutely should have not allowed a touchdown with Zach Wilson at the helm, right? We saw what we did against the Division II quarterback playing for the Bears. And now we have a team that people feels like was ready for the Super Bowl, right? They went out and they got Aaron Rodgers, right? And they expected him to be right there, right? Ready for the Super Bowl. And our defense handled that team without a single touchdown. Sure, they got, field goals. Our offense didn't always put them in great position, right? But I think they've actually learned, and it's already there in the mental mind for the rest of the season and for the future, that we won't break. We'll bend, but we won't break. And as long as
I
we have
agree.
that, we are in it. We are in any game that we ever play. It doesn't matter how high-powered the offense is, right, et cetera. And that's why I'm excited for this week because, again, it was perfect for the set. It's perfect for the setup. Just like this game that we just passed was perfect for the setup.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, from what I hear and understand, the Dolphins are a high-powered offensive team. We've already touched on that. Defensively, you guys probably watch more football outside of Raider football than I do.
Yeah.
What are they like, the Dolphins?
Honestly, bro, they're explosive, but there's a blueprint to actually stopping them for real. Number one, like what most people don't really think about is like, yeah, you see the high flying, but like it's still a Shanahan type offense. They like to run the ball. Like that's gonna be their number one. Like they need to run the ball to get things going, to get the play action going for Tua. So that's why Achane coming back this week is crucial. Now we did our thing against Breece Hall, which I was happy about. So that we can take to the bank this week. We got to stop the run first and foremost because, like I said, they high powered and they high flying, but they like to run the ball. I mean, even last week against the Chiefs, the way they got back in the game was by running the ball. They needed to run the ball to get back in the game, set up the play action. And even then, you know what I mean? Kind of getting stuck a little bit. You saw Tua's rhythm start to come off, right? He ain't got the same type of rhythm. He's a rhythm type of quarterback. So, one, we need to stop the run. And two, if we really heat his ass up and scary as it sounds, we're going to need to beat the receivers up at the line of scrimmage, bro. Like, we're going to need to beat their ass this week. Because you can't let them get no free release at the line of scrimmage. That's the number one thing, too.
Absolutely
that the Chiefs
not.
did. You feel me? Like the Chiefs did that last week, and that's why it looked the Dolphins looked the way they looked a little bit because the Chiefs was beating their ass at the line of scrimmage, bro. Tyreek can't get no free release. Waddle don't get no free release. They always got somebody in their face. So like you can get to them. The Patriots kind of did it too. You can get to them, but if you sit back and play zone and all that shit like the Broncos did, then you're gonna get 70 hung up.
I appreciate the takes rundown. Like that was a great breakdown, but I was asking about the defense.
Yeah, exactly. I
was asking about the defense.
I
appreciate the breakdown. I asked the question about the defense.
Their defense is all right. They're cool.
And that's what I was going to. They're probably in the second half of the 32 teams, right, in the league as far as where they rank. They're nobody that you're scared about. But at the same time, you know that they only need one stop. If you really want to think about it, right?
Right, exactly. And that's the thing, the defense is usually looking they're getting kind of a one side look at offenses because their offenses is they're putting up such numbers and scoring so much that it's kind of pushing teams to throw the ball. You know what I mean? So they're playing against a predictable offense. You know what I mean?
But I'll give y'all one stat that'll make you happy as hell. They give up on average 106 to 107 rush yards a game.
Wow. Exactly.
And you already know with that stat who about to touch the ball when we get in Miami. So hearing that's all I need to know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You give up 106, 107 rush yards a game. Oh yeah. So we about to run the ball on that ass.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I've got to get going and carry on my
Yeah.
day.
No,
I appreciate
absolutely,
you guys.
boss. We appreciate
Bro,
this.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, we appreciate you stopping through, man. It was nice meeting you, bro.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Stop rate heading and rundown. Ultimate, always a pleasure, my guys. Raider Syndicate, you know what time it is. All right.
When you
Yes,
go
sir.
live again?
Appreciate you.
I said, when do you go live again?
Okay, so probably either Thursday morning is usually my time slot where I go live with shout out to
Right.
Nutty Raider Nate.
Wednesday night.
Thursday morning. No, that's your time. I don't go by my time. So Thursday morning for you guys. I don't even bother shouting out my time because you know what I mean. Like I'm in Australia, nobody watches me in Australia, so
Right.
you know, the Americans. So Thursday mornings and probably a post game on Monday afternoon. Around 5 o'clock Pacific. So Thursday morning, 6:30 is when we usually shoot. Me and my guy Nutty Nate, and then my Raiders World Order crew on Mondays do a post game. But I'm gonna have to work something out with you guys. Like, I mean, I keep coming on your shows and appearing. Like, we need to get together and do something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, we will hop on,
We'll
man. Absolutely.
do
For
something.
sure.
Most definitely.
All right, TRS gang, you know what time it is.
All right.
Take it easy, man. Stay blessed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, that defense. I mean, as Afakasi was asking, I don't think it's anything to write home about. But Raider Hayden touched on it. The reality is they get up on you, and anybody can pin their ears back and just go at you. So, you know, if you put yourself in a bad situation, they can make you pay.
Yep.
And just like you said, man, you know, that ground game, that ground and pound. You know what I'm saying? If they can't stop JJ, it's gonna be a long day, man. It's gonna be a long day.
It is,
You know what I mean? And
That's what it's
this is
gonna
the
be.
type of game where you know, time possession is gonna be key because we gotta wear down that defense and we gotta keep that offense off the field. So what are you doing? You're running the ball. You know what I mean? So
you know, I see a big game from Mayer. I see Mayer having a big game. The tight end.
I agree.
Tucker, I think Tucker can get involved a lot because they're gonna put a lot of attention on that outside. You got Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. You know they're gonna try to beat their chest up a little bit and say we're two good corners going against Devontae. You know what they're gonna do over here. So I think everybody on the middle and the inside gonna eat. I mean, especially if Jacob start getting going, that play actually gonna eat him alive.
Yes.
I think this could be a breakout game for Renfro too. You know what I'm saying?
You can get back on track.
You know what I mean?
I totally could see everybody having a game. It may be necessary, right? And it won't be because the defense is playing bad. It's just, man, a chain that this offense, nobody's ever seen an offense like this. See, that's the other thing nobody's talking about. Yeah, sure. You know, the Chiefs, you know, did what they did, but a chain was out. No one's it's the fastest offense that's ever touched a football field. I don't know if people understand that. They got a 4x4 that's smoking Olympic teams.
Yeah, and you know, this gonna tell us if our defense is real. This gonna tell us if the defense
they got
is real.
They got Moser, they got a chain, and then they got Waddle, and then they got Hill. That is literally an
and they got the
Olympic
cheetah. Exactly. The cheetah running the anchor leg. Exactly.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. As crazy as it sounds, that's what I'm saying. You can't give this man no free release, man.
No.
Like as crazy as it is, you're gonna have to get your hands on him and then have somebody in the back end ready for all that.
Yes.
Because all they really doing, when you really think about it, I'm watching Miami. All they really doing is running crossing routes and fucking posts. Like they're not doing anything.
That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing.
Special, and they can do that because this motherfucker's fast as hell.
They're so
nobody
fast,
can stay with him on no crossing route. Or if you playing uptight with no safety help, nobody can stay with this motherfucker one-on-one like that. So
Right.
But this is what I'm saying. You gotta get to this motherfucker before he starts doing all that crossing shit.
Exactly. You gotta destroy that rhythm because all Tua does, he rolls out and he lobs it.
But you see what they're doing though. What they're doing, and that's why they're calling it unfair. this guy is running motion, but he's damn near running full speed in
See,
motion.
Oh yeah.
Where you
That's
can't
it,
jam him
dude.
off the line.
That's it. But see, that's what's gonna be hard to deal with because they motion a lot. So it's like, in order to combat that, I would think after a bye week they would say, okay, the Chiefs got physical with us at the line. So instead of that, we're gonna put you in motion so nobody can touch you, and then you're gonna be able to move and do all that. But yeah, either way, man, the whole remedy of it, just
Right.
get the tool, bro.
Right,
Get the tool.
right.
That's
Yep.
all you need to do.
Exactly. And also contain Tua, because see that's where they get those deep balls from, is when he gets to drop back, roll out, give those cats 3 or 4 seconds to get 80 yards downfield, and then he
Right.
throws the ball up. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? If we can contain him, keep him in the pocket, get right in his face, I think that I think defensively, I think we got a pretty good chance.
I didn't
You
see
know
that
what
Max
I'm
Crosby that was in Detroit. That's the one I need this Sunday.
Yeah.
Like this last week, I didn't. It was cool. He wasn't. You know,
He was there, but he was doubled, bro. 85% of the
you know what I
snaps,
mean?
bro.
He was quieter than the usual. I'll just say that he was quieter than usual. He still made an impact, but he's quieter than he usually is. This
Right.
game, he gonna need to fucking go off. Like he needs to go off.
Well, the one thing that nobody's brought up as far as this Dolphins team is, let's keep it 100. Who have they beat? They've only beat people with probably not even winning records, to be honest. Who have they beat?
Every team,
I think everybody they lost,
beat a team with a
they lost
500
to, yeah.
better record.
Yeah.
They got 3 losses, right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
then-
So I mean, so every formidable foe they folded to.
There
You know?
go.
And John said it best right here in the comments, man. We have better. Well, I mean, I would argue. I mean, they played. What you said? They played the Eagles, no? Yeah, they played the
Right.
Eagles. The Eagles got probably a better overall supporting cast than we do.
Yes.
But we're there though. Like I think the Chiefs, we got better weapons than the Chiefs. The Bills, you could argue now we got better weapons than the Bills at this point. So
Absolutely.
now, I mean, yeah, we have the skill players to fuck with him, but once again,
Yeah.
another stepping stone. Even though they already taking training wheels off the kid, that you can tell they got training wheels on them. And you
Right.
even last week, they was like, all right, we're gonna call some shit so you don't get flustered. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
this type of game where you probably gonna need to score, bro, you're gonna need to be like, all right, bro, you're gonna let that bitch loose. Like,
Right.
there ain't no other choice.
Well, I mean, we got the kid in our back pocket. He's got one long deep ball all season. That's it. If you don't think they're going to, hit him deep somewhere, I think they're going to come out early and often with it personally, because
He's
that's
getting
what's
close to
going to
hitting
open up Devontae.
Devontae. He's getting close to hitting
Oh,
Devontae.
yeah.
and
He's
one of the
already,
ball.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's already cooking.
and he's building that confidence to let it fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Because
I
against the
think
Giants, he tried one. It was a little off. He tried one this last week. That shit was like fingertips. I'm like, all right, bro. He's getting it a little bit. He's starting to understand.
he's dialing it in.
Put that shit with him.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
But I think the difference maker, especially coming off this last week's performance or this past week's performance, is going to be the rushing game, man. I think we're really going to get to see, like we know as football fans, but we're really going to get to see a different glimpse and a different look at our offense, because I think we're going to be able to establish the run early and often. You know what I mean? And once we can keep them on their heels, once we can make them respect that play action, and AOC's got to do a better job at selling that play action, bro. That's his. But hopefully they work on that. Hopefully it's something they see in the films. But I think, like I said, man, I think we get them to respect that run early on, and just like any other team, any other offense, it's gonna open up that pass game, man. And like I said, man, I think there's gonna be a great matchup this week.
If the defense has a performance like they did in Detroit, we can win that game. We can win the game.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For
Because
sure.
all we needed in Detroit was the offense to fucking show up a little bit.
Just play.
A little bit. And we would have won that damn game. If the defense can give us that performance, we straight. Because I think Tua gonna give you one. He'll fuck around and give you one.
Right.
Like he not prone to not throwing interceptions. He'll throw one.
Right.
Right. Oh yeah.
So And we be getting our hands on the football. It's a recipe, man. We be getting our hands on the football. It's a recipe.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we can get
Yeah,
it.
oh,
we got it.
We're good.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they get to the outside, but with those crossing routes, a lot of them are in between the hashes. You know what I mean, or right on the hashes. And if they got Spillane in the right spot, man, he's a ball hawk, bro. He's a ball hawk, bro.
Man,
you know what I mean? Yeah, three picks.
Saying that shit at this point in the season. I'll tell you that right now. But I thought he was going to be good against the run. I did, but I didn't think he was going to be this good.
Against the pass.
Yeah. He always seems to be where he needs to be, and or where he's supposed to be, and most importantly, man, all three of his interceptions were so clutch and so crucial that you can't help but call him an impact player, man. He's out there not just to make plays, but to make the big plays, man. I got a lot of respect for him. Hats off to Spillane.
And I give this man the flowers this game. Diablo, with Diablo coming back, that run defense definitely shored up a little bit more. Because the weeks he was out, we was looking mad. But now you see he came back, him and Masterson, they was coming in thumping on that Monday night. So shout out to them too, bro.
He does a great job at coming up and sealing that edge out there. Helping seal that edge, keeping guys from getting to the outside.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jay Raider, man. I mean, hey, this is something that is breaking news, right? Shout out to our new cornerback. I don't think a lot of people know the background on Jack Jones.
It's only like his second year in the league.
Well, what I mean by as far as background is why we've been able to pick him up, if you will, being the free agent, where he comes from, who he's been coached by. And I mean, that's the biggest thing to call out here, because I don't think people understand. This kid was ranked like the number 17th player, I want to say, like across the board, coming out of the draft, problem child, if you will, right? I want to say he's born and raised in Compton. He may be, Long Beach. Okay, it's pretty much the same scenario. And it just so happens that AP was not only his high school coach, but also his coach at Arizona State. So with Bill Belichick and his old fashioned way of doing things, not really getting this kid pumped up, if you will, probably playing subpar, if even playing at all. Now getting to run through brick walls for the person that's got him into the league to begin with, I think it's fairly safe to say we got a starter. We got a starter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's going to come out here and ball out.
I like the starter.
He's taking somebody's spot, bro. This is not about to just be some old back. No, he is coming to take spots. I see Jacorian looking on the outside right now, man. I mean, you got Peters, if he can, stay healthy. I'm just letting y'all know, ladies and gentlemen, this is very significant, in my opinion.
To be fair, though, Jacorian had his best game as a pro this last game. I will give him that. He had his best game as a pro. He was sticky. He wasn't behind and relying on his speed like we said he'd be doing all the time. You know what I mean? He played well. I think he did what he was supposed to do this game in order to, have some confidence going forward in him.
Right. Against the subpar Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, and I even put it to Amari Burney too. He showed me some things in coverage that I really liked last game. So I give him that too. In coverage, he's good. In the run game, he leaves a lot to be desired, but he's definitely showing some things in coverage to just get at least some rotational snaps,
Yep. Nope, I agree. I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I mean, we might as well just jump right on into it. The last set right of the show. The game, man. We've been talking about it for the most part Let's talk about defense. Let's talk about defense first. Offense is always fun and easy, and I think we actually have the advantage. I think we have the advantage offensively, meaning our offense against their defense, we have the advantage as opposed to their offense against our defense. So yeah, why
Most
don't we
definitely.
talk about that? Yeah, let me know what you're thinking about right there, Raider Hayden.
I mean, it's what my man touched on, man. Is they allow what 106, 107 yards a game rushing. We
Yep.
just, we just proved that, as long as we give Josh Jacobs the chance to run the plays he's comfortable with, that he's capable of running over 100 yards like he did for us a good portion of the year last year. Well over 100 yards. So, I mean, that's going to be the biggest key, man, is just establishing that ground game, man, and getting off to the races early and often, man, and and like I said, the more we can control that clock and keep the ball out of their hands, the better we are. Our defense stays fresh, so when they go out there and got to deal with these freaking track stars, at least they fresh. But also, we wear down their defense, man. And
Yeah.
like I said, I agree with you 100%. I think our offense matches up better against their defense than their offense does against our defense. You
Yep.
know. I mean, it's not like their offense is at a disadvantage, but
Right.
I think you know what I mean. I think that we're a better matchup, and I think that 9 times out of 10 we win that matchup against their defense.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Because I see a comment down here, Vic Sacramento. He says Miami's got 2 number 1 DBs, which is true. And that's why it pays to have all the weapons you got. Because this is a game I think Michael Mayer going to eat. This is a game I think Trey Tucker might get some burn. DeAndre Carter, Hunter Renfro, but realistically, we gonna run the ball on their ass. Like that. That's
Simple
really
as that.
where it's gonna come down to, bro.
Simple
like, we
as
about to come
that.
here and try to fuck y'all up. Like
Exactly.
and that, you see, that'd be my mentality, and that's the mentality I see of the team coming up already. That's why I love it. Because Miami, for as cool as they are, bro, like they don't want to see a team come up in there and say, all right, bro, like we're about to come in your house and we about to fuck you up. Like that's exactly what we about to do. And come in here, run the ball, bro. Y'all ain't gonna be able to do shit. You know exactly where the ball's going, bro. And we're gonna get 5 yards a pop. And then when we want to do our play action shit, we're gonna do it. Because your corners, your 2 elite corners on the outside, as elite they are, them motherfuckers like to cheat. They're gonna bite on some shit. If we get our run game going and the play action start going, they're gonna bite. And then we'll be able to get them over
They're gonna get caught peeking in that backfield.
They're
Yep.
gonna get caught peeking. That's what they do. For as lead as they are, that's what they do. They have a tendency to do it. So as soon as we do all that, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap.
I agree.
Yeah. So for me, I think I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do defensively as far as how we want to play it. I really don't know how you can bracket and or double anybody. I just don't see it. I mean, the addition of this kid, Jackson, we got, I think that's huge. I think he plays right away. I mean, unless he's only on the practice squad and they can't find a way to get him
Amik
up.
is out, so I would assume
That's right. Amik is out. So, but I'm letting y'all know, man, when we get cooking on all cylinders and this kid is back there and we're healthy across the board, and Max and Kuntz and boys is putting people in 3rd and long, it's gonna be a problem, man. Because these guys got the ability to now know they're not getting more than 3-4 seconds. That we can absolutely attack routes. We can absolutely go for these balls. And it's gonna be a problem, man. And I think that's gonna be the biggest problem that people are gonna start to see more so than anything.
If we
Don't
can
let
just
us
get
run.
one out of the 2, if we can get one out of these next 2 games, either this
Oh, yeah.
one or God, oh my goodness, bro, they beat Kansas City. I'm going fucking stupid. Then I was gonna say this while AR is here. That's the quickest way to get everybody in this fan base behind you if you beat their ass next week, bro. Oh my God. That's all I want. and God forbid you win both of these motherfuckers, bro. You win both of these games right here, then at we don't need no coaching search. He wins both of these games right here. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Listen, if the coaching search is over, cut the check.
He win both these games.
Cut the check.
Check is right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
agree.
At this point, I think it's time to cut the check now, man. I don't know, you know, the tides of the league as far as the head coach is starting to turn. It's starting to change.
Most definitely.
And they're starting to realize that, man, as AP has said, and most coaches know, it's a player-driven league. It's a player, run league. It's a player, run team that wins things. There's not a Super Bowl team that the players weren't the ones running it. I can assure you of that. There's just no question. The coaches just assisted and guided properly with experience and knowledge. But outside of that, those players were going to run the offense and defense they were going to run, right? They were going to, target the people that they wanted to target, just like how AP came in now saying, do you think I'm stupid? No. This kid is getting the ball and Davante Adams. He's catching the rock 10 times first half, let alone that. And guess who's getting the other 10? Josh Jacobs. So you know what I mean? And then everybody else will fit in. I'm not stupid. I have two of the best players in the NFL. I'm going to use that. You're going to start seeing that. Not only that attitude and that mindset, but you're also going to start seeing coaches that can resonate with players based on the fact that they were players themselves. There's just no way around it. I don't know.
And I, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say I don't know of any sport where people don't take heed to what you're doing based on your experience. Again, for me, in jiu-jitsu, we already know about football, but in jiu-jitsu, people actually listen to you when they actually see you out there competing and doing the things that you're saying and teaching them to do. They absolutely take to that much more so than to the person that has never trained. And I'm not saying that they can't be a great coach, right? I'm just saying it's a lot easier to take things from a person that has absolutely walked in those shoes. And there's no getting around.
I'll say I'm like 75% there, but the last 25% comes off games like this. Because one, you just sold me off. Okay, your first game, how do you handle that? Cool. Now, coming off the second game, you got to make adjustments. And definitely against a hard-nosed team where it's not going to be easy, you did what you were supposed to do. Now, this game is I'm not going to say upper echelon of the AFC, but they one of the better teams of the AFC. You know what I mean? They're up there. Let's just say they're as of right now, they're a top 5 AFC team as of right now. So how you gonna perform against this competition? How far is the gap? Because at the end of the day, bro, we all know we trying to get to one motherfucking place. So how far is the gap between you and these top 5 AFC teams is the question. And also, that's the coaching question. Because I used to say a lot too. We used to get out, even when Gruden was here, we get out coached by Andy Reid. He running fucking circles around us, bro. This is why we continue to lose, because we get out coached like a motherfucker most of the time. Right. So this game is gonna let me know Mike McDaniel's a good ass coach. So what's gonna happen here? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then of course, after this week, you go against, to me right now, this motherfucker, that motherfucker, he's definitely top 2 head coach in Andy Reid. So how you gonna fare against that? So these are the type of games I need to see for me to go 100%. And I think Mark Davis there too. Like for me to be 100% in, how far are you like from these teams right here? And then that will let me know.
How are you getting these guys prepared to go against exactly a coaching
top 5 talent? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Teams you will have to go through to get to a Super Bowl. Like, well, maybe you probably gonna have to go to Miami, but Kansas City for sure. You're gonna have to go through Kansas City to get to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So we gonna see.
No,
for sure.
I agree. I think these next two games are perfect. They're set up perfect. I think the Jets game was set up perfect for the
Oh, yeah.
circumstances. When it comes to Miami, again, it's a test that can be passed. See, if this were Kansas City right now, I wouldn't be so confident. Right?
Nope.
I think this game will give us the confidence. This is why things have lined up amazingly for us. I don't know if Raider Nation understands.
Yeah.
Every game is a building block for us to really get back to the playoffs. Not just have a decent season, but actually get back to the playoffs. Every game is a stepping stone and a learning point. Like I said, we're already at bend don't break. Y'all gonna call me crazy for this, but I don't see more than a touchdown from Miami. I see a bunch of field goals, but I don't see it. I don't see a bunch of touchdowns. If they're lucky, they'll get 2 touchdowns. If they're lucky,
And exactly, I think 2 scores.
I think that's a lot.
And I think we have the opportunity to do to them what they've been doing to other teams, and that's control the clock and at least score every time we get our hands on the ball. If we can run the ball effectively, like we proved that we can against one of the best defenses in the NFL, one of the toughest defenses in the NFL. Like I said, man, I think this is going to be a heck of a stepping stone and a very, very powerful statement as to who we are and how we are establishing an identity in this league. And that's a team that's well prepared, you know what I mean, due to coaching, and a team that comes out and can execute their game plan, because the last guy, whether his game plan was good or not, it couldn't be executed. You know what I mean? So
I'll say too, I mean, it's scary because you're going to Miami. And the only thing, and the next thing that fucks me off is that they coming off a bye week. So it's like they prepared a week plus to prepare. You know what I mean? And Mike McDaniel is a guy I don't play around with as far as preparation and like his game planning. So like he gonna have some shit for it. So I anticipate them coming out there in them first 15 and that first 15 of the script is gonna be some shit. I already know. So I don't want to get too low when the game starts, but I do think that if you can just temper that down, right, and do what they've been doing as far as not giving up touchdowns. Because right now, the biggest thing, I've always said this, bro, your team is not good unless both sides of the ball, you're fucking good in the red zone. That's how motherfuckers win Super Bowls. You got to be good in the red zone on both sides of the ball, bro. Offense got to score touchdowns, and your defense cannot allow touchdowns. That's a 4-point swing in all type of games, bro. So regardless of it, they've been doing that shit. And that's why I said it in my recap of the last game. If they would have gave up 1 touchdown in that first half, we damn near looking at a loss. They didn't give up not 1 touchdown, bro. So that's beautiful. Now, can they do it to Miami? Maybe, but just a couple of times, bro. Do not let them score in the red zone. I think we can pull it out.
Right. Nope. I agree. Again, I think at most they get 2. I'll give them 3 field goals, 2 touchdowns. 4 field goals, a touchdown.
17, 23. You saying if you hold them to 23? Oh, yeah.
We win. And
if you can hold them to 23, I like our chances.
I think that's what happens. Yeah, I think that's what happens. And I think JJ goes off this week. I think
so too. I'm thinking he can, 130, 140-yard game. I think not only is he ready for it, you know what I mean, and he's due for it, but I think, like I said, coming off of last week's performance, man, it's only going to trend up. You know what I mean? It's only going to trend up. So, and like I said, man, he puts up 120 yards. It's going to be up to us to lose the game at that point.
Yeah. Right. And salute Solo, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm not giving him I'll be one of those. I'm not gonna give him the job fully until I see this Kansas City game. I do not care when nobody tells me, bro. That's the game I'm looking at heavy because I don't give a damn. I mean, Miami's cool. you know, I just want to see us be competitive. I'm not saying we're gonna get our ass whooped, but
You
I
want to
wanna
see
see
us
us
compete. You want to see us
But-
compete.
can you see Kansas City 2 times a goddamn year, bro? And other coaches have gotten their ass whooped religiously 2 times a year. We would be dreading this game. So now it's
Yep.
like, all right, bro. Now how are you gonna do? Because like I said, it's a clean slate now. It's a new coach, new
Right.
quarterback. So
Right.
the clock start again. Now we can be looking at, all right, Aiden O'Connell is, oh shit, now he's what, 2-0 against Kansas City? Oh, that's good. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, all right, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
0-1 against fucking LA. We gotta rectify that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, there's shit that we gotta rectify still. So I want to see him go against Kansas City before I give it to him fully.
I understand.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And but you know, him being a Compton kid or a California kid, these games mean more to him.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And the one thing is, man, is that you know he was a dominant, you know, relatively intelligent player when he was out there. So the idea that he's not gonna have them dialed up, and see, I think it's kind of funny, just like you said, how it played out with these next 2 games. You know, you had 2 to get ready, and you know, this week is going to be a coaching battle. It's
Yep.
who can come up with the scheme and get their guys to buy into the scheme. You know, we all know that Miami is behind their coach and they buy into it, but this is going to be AP's chance to really show that I got my guys dialed in and they believe in what we preparing them for. You know what I mean? And I think that if he can execute this, it's going to send shockwaves across the league, and I think people are going to understand that that you know we
We a
still in
problem.
this fight.
We a problem.
Yeah, we still in this
I'm
fight.
just like y'all know
And
right now. We win this game. We a problem. We
Yeah.
are a problem.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
want to play
Yeah.
us. Don't nobody want to.
and if we win the game, believe you me, Kansas City, they're gonna be wide eyed when
Oh,
it
yeah.
come next Sunday. You know
I
what
know
I'm saying? No.
Because we got them at home. We got them at home. They're not going to be happy. They do not want to come in to Las Vegas with us riding high with this win. They don't. They need us to be
Nah.
at the bottom. They can't allow us to come in with confidence because we will kill them right now with what they have. They don't.
Exactly.
Kansas City is weak, bro. I said it. I
Yeah,
know.
they're just not gelling. They're just not gelling.
They just
Simple as
not
that.
there. They
Yeah.
right for the taking. They right for the taking.
Yeah.
And
No, you're absolutely
we
right.
got everything we need to beat them. I really do.
And if
Like I
listen,
said,
if we
see
get
what the
this
Eagles
done,
do.
what do you say?
I said we gotta see what the Eagles do. I mean,
Yeah.
that is something I'm gonna be watching real close. Like
They
that
play the Chiefs
this
this week?
next Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a game, and they both coming
Yeah.
off buys. They are both coming
So
off
they both
buys.
should be prepared
They
and ready. They
This
should
is a
be
game.
ready.
That's a game where we Kansas City coming off a short week. Don't let us get this motherfucking game, bro.
Right.
Don't let us get this game because
And
Kansas
listen,
City's coming off a
if
short
we
week.
we get this game in Miami, Kansas
And we
City is
got
going
our
to come
own-
into the most hostile environment that they
Oh,
have ever experienced in their entire life.
yeah.
It's going to be pandemonium.
Just
It
get
It's
is.
the whole stadium is going to be a black hole, bro.
It is. It's already been that. It's starting to shift. I don't know if anybody heard that, but the whole dynamic of the stadium is starting to shift. That'll be another test. Again, we are really starting to put ourselves at the forefront, and we're just checking off all the check boxes of becoming a real team to contend.
I don't know, man.
Exactly.
We're checking them off.
There's something different going on. But you know what? It's what we've been saying for a while now, T. For since you started this, and me and you been, up here talking to whoever's listening, is the culture change. The
Right.
culture change.
Right.
The culture change. You know what I'm saying? The culture is changing. We're establishing a culture of dominance, a culture of excellence. You know what I mean? And accountability. And accountability. You know?
Yeah, players are being held accountable. I mean, it's the biggest and the best thing you can do, man. As I say, being a leader in software development and engineering, the bottom line is the best thing you can do is put it into your hands of the engineers that matter, man. They're the ones that's doing it. If they have no confidence in what you have going on, good luck whatever you produce, because it's probably not going to be good. And that goes for sports. It goes for anything, really. Any team environment where the ultimate goal is to put out a product that's by far better than everybody else. That's just what you have to deal with. So,
Yep.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this game. I think we got
Me too.
a lot going on, man. A lot going on.
Me
So,
too.
all
This,
right, gentlemen, we gonna close this out, man. We got some final thoughts, man. We've been on this thing for an hour and 40. That's a good amount of time, man. So I'm gonna
sure.
start with you, Raider Hayton. Let's give us your thoughts, man. What you got for the rest of this, and
Hey man, like I said, I'm
wrap it
looking
up.
forward to some good football. But real quick, man, I want to say something a little off topic, man, but very
Yeah,
important to me. Yo, I
absolutely.
signed up for this men's basketball league, right? Playing with these young cats out here in the mountains. I tweaked my knee. You know what I'm saying? Being 40 years old, trying to run with these young boys. It was like a non-contact injury. I don't even know what happened, bro. I tweaked my knee. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I ain't been able to ball. I ain't really been able to hoop the last 2 weeks. But I've been on this journey and this walk, man. And today I prayed, man. I read the Bible, Matthew 8:16. You know what I'm saying? There was people with all types of diseases, people possessed and all this stuff. Jesus healed them all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I prayed, bro. You know what I mean? And when I tell you, I've been limping around all week. I prayed. I asked the Lord to do what He do. Jesus heals, saves, and delivers, bro. And when I tell you I can jump on my knee, I can squat. I couldn't do this a half hour ago at my son's wrestling practice. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? And that's what I want to close with, man, because we done did enough football talk, baby. It's up for the
Yes, sir.
squad to go out there and do what they do, man. So I just want to
Yes,
leave that out there, man. Jesus heals, saves, and delivers, man. And if you don't know him, I pray that you come to know him. And that's for
sir.
you and everybody listening, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You don't have a channel or nothing, but don't worry, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that fixed here
Oh yeah, we
shortly.
hey, if y'all can see where I'm at, I'm sitting in the parking lot at Western Carolina University because I live in the woods. I live on the side of a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Literally on the side of a mountain. So, it's what I'm dealing with and it's what I'm going through. I chose to be here. I love being here. But I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it because I like the network that y'all got set up, and not even necessarily for the views or for the I
Right.
like the camaraderie, man. And like I said, man, I've been tuning in, watching you cats chop it up and talk Raider football the last couple of weeks, man. And you cats been repping, man. Real good show, man. And anybody that's not catching it is definitely missing out.
Appreciate you, boss. Thank you as always. Last but not
Yep.
Yes,
least,
sir.
rundown.
Man, I appreciate you for having me on. As always, my brother, man, I appreciate it, OG. You always know if you ever need a body to come in here, man, I'm here. Uh, I think that we can get this game if we execute, do the right things, man, and play our brand of football, man. So I'm glad to see the fans starting to come back into it. All of us have good things to talk about instead of coming out here and being negative and having to
Exactly.
deal with all the negativity. Like this is why we all make the content, make the channels and shit for shit like this. You know what I mean? To celebrate success and to celebrate how we can keep moving forward instead of doing all the negativity and being down in the dumps, man. So I'm glad to be
Exactly.
a part of all that. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all like and subscribing if you're not subscribed to my man Turf. If you're not, I don't know if you got anything, Raider Hayden, but
Yes.
if you do, then go find him, man. You see how he's spelling it. But once again, I appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, man. Got videos up for y'all. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
As always, my dude. And I'm gonna end with exactly that, man. Please. Raider Rundown's got what? 50, 60 more subs before he hits that mark, that thousand that I think we
Man.
strive
Raider
for, man.
rundown.
So everybody and anybody on the channel that's listening, if you haven't, please go check out the Raider Rundown, YouTube, Instagram. Please like, subscribe. Let's get this brother over that 1,000 mark.
Man,
I'm
and
ready.
appreciate all of my loyal ones, man. Appreciate all of my loyal ones.
Yes, sir. Y'all
Yes,
show
sir.
up and show out as always. It's a great show, gentlemen. I can't thank y'all enough, man. I appreciate it. Until the next time, we out. Peace.
We out. Salute.